Hey guys, and welcome to my video review of Transformers Age of Extinction Voyager Class Grimlock. Now Grimlock, me likey. Grimlock is cool. Everything except for this stupid location for the weapon in alternate mode. I don't like it on his tail, it's stupid, so I'm just going to take that off. As you can see it on pegs and whatnot. But I'm just going to put that back on there and get that out of the way. That's his mace thingy for robot mode. We'll get to that later. As it just slides onto the tail, and it's stupid. It's way too big. I wish it stored somewhere in his back, folded up. I wish this were actually smaller and folded up, and just at least like sat on his back or something. Whatever. So yeah, the dinosaur mode, the Tyrannosaurus Rex mode. I like it. I actually really dig it. It's not movie accurate in colors whatsoever, like the rest of the Dinobots, but I still like it. Mold-wise, like the head, it looks like he did in the movie. Just overall design, yes. Colors, not really. I wish it were more of this black, gray, silver. Instead of the orange, maybe I don't know, like a darker gray, maybe a little bluish gray, because he had this kind of bluish, greenish, gray color to him, just around the edges. So some of that would have been cool instead of the orange, but I mean, I'll take what I get, because I love Grimlock. I love Dinobots, period. Grimlock was cool in the movie, but they didn't develop him enough. They didn't even really call him Grimlock in the movie. But I'm just glad we get another awesome Grimlock figure. I do like this figure. He's really cool. Not 100% movie accurate, like I said, color-wise, but I'm not going to knock off too many points because none of the other Dinobots are, and he's a solid Voyager Class figure. Voyager Class is one of the best sizes for Transformers that has ever existed. So pretty much anytime I review a Voyager Class figure, I'm probably going to like him, this guy included. So articulation in his T-Rex mode, the leg, there's a little bit of swivel there, actually 360, yeah, you can get 360, and then it goes out and in, rotates there as well, bends at the knee, and then his heel, you can kind of angle it a bit if you want him to be more looking down like that or something. Pretty cool. He's still a little front heavy though, because his head has a lot of mass to it. But that's cool. Oh, this came unpegged. Let's get that back in there. Is that in? Now it is. Okay. Sorry about that. Here on the little arms, it's a ball joint, so you can move them any which way. You can have them kind of put them together and be like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Eh? I don't know what I'm doing." I don't know why he sounds like that. He's Grimlock. It's really weird. I apologize. And then here in the jaw, he has this little gimmick. Num, num, num. Yeah, you get the point. It's like, it's a T-Rex. He has a big jaw. It snaps closed. I wish it could hold closed. Like, you push it in and it closes it, and then you let go and it opens. Like, you push it in and it'll click and stay closed like that. But it opens back up. Oh well. Or you could just put it on a hinge, a normal hinge. That would have been cool too. Detailing for the T-Rex mode, it's got the black there, red Autobot logo there, a little bit of silver painted on. That's painted on silver while the rest is molded gray. Black painted onto the toes, a little bit of that brownish gold on the nose, head's painted silver, bluish green eyes. That's about it as far as paint apps and detailing. Molded detailing is pretty good. It's a lot there on the feet. It's pretty cool looking. Molded plate-like, so he looks like he's really heavy-duty, he has a bunch of armor. He's robotic, and he's primitive, and just awesome. Okay, so for some size comparison, here he is next to Voyager Hound. Just to give you an idea of how he is next to another Voyager. He's big. Like most other Dinobots, he's a little big in his alternate mode, or his Dino mode. Just due to when he becomes a robot, not much changes. You just kind of move stuff around. Nothing really unfolds like they do for the vehicles such as Hound. I love this. I love this mode though. Is it true to G1 Grimlock, the Grimlock I love most? No, but is it cool? Yes, this guy is very cool. I really like this figure. I don't see why he gets so much crap in the movies, or why so many people give him crap, I should say. I like him. He's not G1 Grimlock, but he's still a Dinobot, and that's awesome, at least in my opinion. But that's about it for the T-Rex mode. So let's get to the transformation. It's pretty simple, so let's just jump right in. First thing I like to do is bring these down, fold the toe in, and bring this back. And what you do is you rotate this all the way around. There's a little slot there, a little tab there. It just goes right in there. And then you rotate it that way so that the toes are facing outwards to the side. Do that on this side as well. Flip that up, rotate it, tab it in, and there you go. You got his arms now. Then you take this whole tail assembly, and these become his legs. So you just bring them down like that. Then you take these little bits that were pretty much his rib cage or like chest panel or whatever in the dinosaur mode, bring them in. Again, there's a slot right there. You can kind of see it, and then tabs right there. You just line them up, put them right into place. Again, pretty simple. Just like that, and you can bring these little hands down. They just kind of sit there, just like that. And the legs, bring the toes forwards. It pops the heel down. It's one big piece to toe and heel. It's one foot piece. You kind of just straighten that out, and there you have the legs done like that. All right, then what you do here is you kind of just flip that down. You can see his little face in there, kind of. Then you pop this part up like that, and then that allows you to bring this. Kind of just get that out of the way. Hold on a second. There we go. Then what you want to do is you want to take this, separate it, and then you separate that as well. So you unpeg it from there and from there. So these two pieces should now be loose like that. Then what you do is you separate, rotate outwards. You bring this through the ears and back like that. And you just make sure this assembly is brought down all the way back, flush, kind of just sits there, it doesn't peg in or anything. You bring this up, and it just pegs into place. There are two little slots on the back of his shoulders, and then the side of the necks just go right in there. You can see the, show you there, there's a slot, and there's a little hole back there. Just pop that baby in, pop that molly. Now you sweating, and you bring this down right here, and again, there's that little tab-like thing right there, and then there's a little hole in the back, and it just kind of, it doesn't really peg in, it kind of just sits over it, like that, it kind of just sits in there. Doesn't, like I said, it doesn't really peg in, it just sits there. Then what you do is you bring this down, and again, there's another tab, and on the back there's a hole. You just push that in there. That becomes just a little crotch piece, a little crotch guard, whatever, waist piece. You bring his arms down, just like that. Make sure they're still pegged in, and that's his transformation. You got Grimlock in his robot mode. Now here in Grimlock's robot mode, the amount of paint apps don't really increase from the dinosaur mode. If anything, it's pretty much the exact same because nothing new is revealed. You still got the basic arms, which were the legs before. You got the silver from the back as well as on the head. You got some of that orangish, goldish colored on the gray bits, like there on the head again. There's a bit of silver there on his face, but nothing too new or exciting. He's got that red Autobot logo still right there on his torso. Yeah, detailing's about the same, except on the eyes, he does have a bit more of that greenish blue. Let me see if you can... It's there on those eyes. You can kind of see it. It's really dark and it's very faint. You can kind of catch it there at that angle. Kind of. But yeah, nothing new's really gained paint app-wise in the robot mode. Detailing still about the same. The molded detailing, it's been moved around. Nothing new has been revealed. But I'm okay with that because the dinosaur mode, really cool. So that transfers quite well to the robot mode as well. Though I do, as far as Grimlock goes, G1, just the character Grimlock. I like the dinosaur more. The robot mode does not look very Grimlock. Granted, I still like this robot mode just as an action figure. This is a cool figure. If it was more G1 Grimlock, instead of having bigger arms, he would have had bigger legs. Instead of a mace, he would have had a sword. And this is his mace that was on the ridiculous one that was from his tail. It just sits there. It kind of just is. Doesn't do anything fancy. The end it's a mix of hard and soft plastic, the black part. And then the gray as well. Down here it's a little soft. But yeah, there's a little bit of detailing, molded detailing in there, but nothing great. It's pretty simple. Not a huge fan of the weapon. Now there are parts you can tab it in back here, but mine, for some reason, the peg, like the handle, is a little thick, so it's hard to get it into the hand, let alone into one of the screw holes, so I'm not going to even bother, but you can store it back there. It looks really ridiculous, though, because it's really long, and it just hangs off his sides, and it's kind of obscene, and I'm not a fan of it. For some size comparison, let's get him next to, I like using this guy because he's a good sized deluxe. Here he is next to Scorn, as well as another fellow Voyager. We have Optimus, Evasion Mode Optimus. So he's a little bit shorter at the head than Optimus, but a little bit taller overall because of these ears and the nose from the dinosaur head. He's much larger than Scorn. In the movie, he was more in scale with Scorn than this. Like, they were about the same height, and Optimus was probably about maybe the size of a small Voyager, or maybe like a Legends class figure. So he doesn't scale like the rest of the Dinobots. Again, he doesn't scale well with the non-Dinobot figures. However, I'm okay with that, because for Voyager, he looks good. Leader Class Grimlock, not a fan of it. I'm not going to get it because it has chrome on it, and I don't like chrome on figures unless they're G1 figures. But that would scale a lot better with, say, Deluxe Bumblebee, Deluxe Crosshairs, Drift, maybe even Hound a bit. Optimus, maybe Leader. I don't think the Leader Grimlock is still large enough to scale with Evasion Optimus, but better than the Voyager. But that's a different figure. This is the Voyager figure, and I do like it. He's cool. Like I said, do I like him as Grimlock? In this mode, not a whole lot, especially with the little horn thing there and the way the face looks. It doesn't scream Grimlock to me, but it does scream cool figure. I really do like this figure. He's cool looking. I like him. He's nice. Also, because I forgot to mention it earlier, the articulation is pretty much the same as the dinosaur mode. The legs, which are now the arms, rotate there, go out and in, swivel there, bend at the elbow, the legs. Now this was the tail, so this is a little bit of new articulation. The legs go forwards, backwards. They're on ball joints. Or actually, no, they're not on ball joints. They're on universal joints. This whole time, I thought they were on ball joints. They're on universal joints. So you go out and in, forwards, backwards, and they swivel. They got a bit of swivel. Bend at the knee, and then the toe due to transformation. You can kind of move it, but it only pegs into place all the way down or all the way up. But I'm sure you can figure something out. You're smart. So yeah, that's it for articulation. Pretty basic. So you can't get some poses I would like with this guy, because that would require swivel in the elbow as well as the wrist, because then that would give him some cooler poses with the mace. But alas and alack, that is not the case with this figure. Oh well. It still looks cool. I like it. He's a decent figure. I recommend picking him up. So yeah, definitely, if you want this figure, go out and get him. He's cool. He's Grimlock. He's a Dinobot. I'm not going to tell you not to buy one of the main Dinobots. Grimlock especially. He's probably my third favorite Dinobot. First being Slag or Slug, whatever you want to call him. Second being Sludge or Slug, I think is what they're calling him now. No, not Slug. They're calling him Slog now. I get so confused because originally there was Slag and Sludge. Now there's Slug and Slog. Whatever. But Slag, Sludge, and then Grimlock. Grimlock's really cool. I like Grimlock. Grimlock, badass. Yes. But that's about it for this figure. Like I said, definitely go pick him up. He's a Voyager. He's about twice the price of a Deluxe, but twice as awesome in my completely honest opinion. So that's it for this guy. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching. And I will catch you guys in my next review.